Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mention It All podcast. I am thrilled to be joined today by two stars of the newest show on Bravo. Very highly anticipated, but we have been watching them for years because they are kids of housewives. Ariana Biermann and Riley Burruss. Welcome. Welcome. How are you?
Thanks for having us. I'm great. How are you?
I am so good. Next Gen NYC. We're all here in New York. It's time. How are we feeling about this show finally coming out? I feel like it was like in the rumor mill, and then it was like, oh, maybe we're doing something with the kids, and now you guys are not kids anymore. You're here.
Yeah. We're women. We're full grown.
I think it's different because now we're not, the kids of. We have our own thing going on, which is really fun. We, of course, reunited through the show, and it's been a great time. I'm really happy for it.
I'm super excited for it to come out and for everybody to see us. I know a lot of people have been talking about it, commenting on our stuff for months. Like, is this show happening? What's going on? And I'm just excited that it's finally here.
It's always funny with a brand new show because it's like, obviously you guys know that it's happening. You're filming. Maybe there's like rumors or people have seen you out and about with the camera, but for like, until it's like ready to be announced, it is just kind of like floating in the clouds somewhere. And then it's like, oh no, you're here. There's a photo shoot. Everybody's looking good. Like we're ready to go. What was it like for you guys kind of in that behind the scenes process, finding out that this was really happening? I imagine there had been sort of conversations around it for a while, but
I mean, I think I'm still kind of realizing because for the past, like obviously we filmed last summer, but I think for the past few months I've been like, is this really happening? Like, is this real? Like, someone pinch me.
We're not going to deal with it until it's here. We're like, you know what? It's not here yet. We'll just,
but now it's here.
Now it's here. I think it's been a little nerve-wracking, but exciting. We talk a lot, both of us.
Yeah.
And it feels so long ago that we're like, oh gosh, I know like some things that we said weren't always right, but can't wait to see all that we said.
Yeah, it's like we talked a lot. What are they going to use?
Yeah, what parts are we including? How bad were we at times? How great were we? How better were we?
Yeah, I think it's also different because since we're young, it's like we're always like constantly evolving and like entering new phases of our life. So we're like, oh Lord, last summer, how was I? So we always just call each other and we're like, oh, please give me reassurance.
Well, it's crazy watching on the first episode. You're like freshly in New York City. Yep. So that's like a whole other chapter of your life that you're starting along with doing this show for the first time. What was it like for you kind of mentally being like, okay, so like I'm moving to a new city. I'm like with my boyfriend. We're going to be on this show. We're looking for an apartment. Like it's just a lot of things to like stack up at one time.
I was honestly so stressed. Literally my eyelashes were like falling out. I was like, it was just a lot all at once, having my dogs here too and just everything on top of one another. But I feel like every opportunity is thrown your way for a reason. And I'm glad I did it and got through that part of my life, that beginning of the journey, because now we're here. I've been here for a year almost now. And it's crazy. I love it.
Do you feel like you're going to like stay in New York for a while?
Yes, I'll definitely be here for at least the next couple of years at minimum.
I feel like New York, it's like the first year almost is like you have to spend a while just kind of like, okay, like where are my neighborhoods? Like where am I getting coffee? Like what's my daily routine? Like you got to settle in for a while.
I feel like I finally, gotten the way of the land and definitely learned a lot about being in New York. And one thing I always say to Riley is like, there's so many people here, but I feel like New York is lonely in its own way. Like, it's just, but I love it. Not the loneliness. Yeah. I mean, I love that too. I like to be alone, but this has been my dream, and to finally be living it still feels surreal even a year later.
And you've been in New York obviously for a while because you went to school here.
Yeah.
So what is it like for you kind of navigating post-grad, you're like figuring out career stuff and what you want to do and everything, and now also doing the show? Like what was that period of your life kind of like figuring out, okay, what am I doing now?
I mean, I think it was definitely an adjustment. I graduated NYU and then a month later started filming, so it was definitely a whole new world for me, even though it seems like I should be used to it, but I wasn't. And now, I'm studying for the LSAT, so I'm trying to, still go to law school and balance everything. So I'm still adjusting, I think, even though it's been almost a year.
Yeah, it's so interesting because, like, you guys both, I mean, you have a similar, shared experience in that your moms were doing Housewives, like, back in the OG days. It's been such a long time. And I have to imagine that, like, sort of the landscape of, like, being on TV and being on social media and stuff has changed so much since you were younger. But what is it like for you guys to kind of like have that past experience, but then now kind of like step into this new phase of really doing your own thing?
I think for me, I didn't film much when I was throughout like high school and stuff. So I haven't really filmed since middle school. So this is a new thing for me. And I'm trying to adjust being like the center person instead of just being my mom's kid,
Yeah.
I would say for me, it's a lot different than doing it with your family. Last time I did it and filmed, I was like 17 or 18. And that was when my mom was doing her own show, which is obviously also very different from Housewives.
Right.
But it's definitely, this is a new experience in a way. It's your own storyline, your own thing. I'm not, again, like you said, my mom's kid. I'm just me and kind of what I have going on in my life. And it's been really amazing and stressful. I'm a grown woman. People still think I'm 12. And I think that's why people get like, get mad and like get whatever. I'm like, I'm grown, you guys. Like, when I wear a bikini, people are still mad. I'm like, you guys, I'm 23. Like, my mom says I'm 23. Show it off while I can, So I'm excited for people to see that we're actually grown up. We're women.
It's so crazy. You're like you're like 6 years younger than your mom was when Housewives started.
It's crazy. And I remember when she started it, I was 5.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so wild. And I think like you're right that people have this weird, it's like a mix of like protective but also restrictive over like kids that they watch grow up on TV, because they're like, no, like she shouldn't be doing that. She's like a little child. And it's like, I mean, there's a time and a place. Like everybody grows up. And I think it is, as for like viewers of the show, I think Next Gen will be an interesting experience because there is that kind of like protective. I think with Gia, that's such a thing too, that it's like, no, but she's like this little baby, and it's
they
like,
don't think they watch us grow up, and they don't think we ever get to the actual grown up part of it.
Yeah,
right.
I think that's the hard part. Like seeing people make assumptions from how they saw when we were kids to now, and it's like, you guys haven't seen most of my life. Like I'm just now becoming an adult, Right, and even what we have seen on the show isn't the 360, and it's not, like you said, you weren't filming that much when you were a teenager and stuff, so we weren't watching you navigate like actual life challenges, other than maybe a little bit of stuff that was going on with your family. But yeah, it is like a new phase for that. Yeah, new beginning.
I agree.
Did you feel like when you were starting to do the show, obviously you guys have friends and people in your life that haven't been on TV before, but like in this cast, it's an interesting dynamic with 4 of you guys that have this experience of doing TV in the past, and the rest of you that are, I don't know, newer or have different experiences. Did you feel like there was a difference in kind of the way of handling the logistics of doing the show, or kind of navigating the relationships on the show?
I feel like, of course, there's a little bit. It's some people's first times being on TV, which I know is very nerve-wracking. I mean, it's still nerve-wracking for us, and we've done this before. It's a lot to get used to the cameras and to do a lot of that, and I think, it's a great growing opportunity for all of us, even us still, and for like the new people who are doing it for the first time. But I feel like there was a lot of, no matter what, authenticity, which I loved. It wasn't like only some people were putting on a persona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like watching the premiere, at least, it didn't feel like, oh, it's like Housewives kids versus the like it feels like a friend group,
It's not like we're like us 4 and we're walking down the street like the Mean Girls, It's like we are all actually friends. We are all the same, no matter if we've been on TV before or not.
Well, I thought it was interesting, even for the 2 of you, knowing that your moms on the show like a decade ago had like an issue with each other, that it's like you guys didn't stay friends all those years because it was like you're little kids, like you're not going to keep,
do?
Yeah, you're not going to like have a play date on your own.
Exactly.
So knowing that like you're kind of finding this new adult friendship with each other, it is like every piece is like coming together in a different way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought we weren't going to be friends because of that. But I think both of our parents, at least, we've talked about this, both of our parents were like, oh no, like you guys should be friends. Like this is so good for both of you. I love this for y'all. And I feel like we're bringing our parents back together too.
I agree. In a way, that's our goal. It's like the parent trap, except they're just friends. We're bringing them back together.
You're like mending old fences.
My mom was really excited that Riley was in the city. She's like, I'm glad you have a friend that you even were just friends with 10 years ago. And I think it's great for you guys to reconnect and build your friendship. And we're doing a show, which is an amazing opportunity. So they're happy for us.
I love them too.
I think it's something exciting about New York, just as a place, that it's like you can really connect with so many people from like past in your lives and different things and different backgrounds, and everybody coming together. Like it feels like there's so much opportunity kind of wherever you can find it.
There's opportunity everywhere in the city. It's crazy. That's what I love about New York.
Yeah.
There's so many things to do, so many people to meet. I love it.
So many ways to grow.
I'm curious, like, what your relationships are with Real Housewives of Atlanta, those old seasons. Looking back, it's so culturally iconic. I see it all the time on my For You page, on my algorithm and stuff. Do you guys watch like old stuff and kind of roll your eyes or cringe a little bit? Or what is that like for you guys having that relationship with this show that people are constantly watching and talking about?
Honestly, I used to not watch it because I was like, I feel like there's some things moms and daughters should not know about each other. So I was like, let me just save myself from even knowing some of these things. But sometimes I'll watch clips and I think it's funny, honestly. I don't really cringe. I laugh even at like the crazy parts. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is wild. Like, this is my family. This is how they act when I'm not around.
I have seen like some things, of course, on TikTok. I haven't seen the episodes in a while. There's definitely some things where I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, that is crazy. And we live in a different world now. And that's like watching a season 1 of Housewives versus like just even today and what we film and stuff like that. I think it's really crazy, but it's cool that we get to see all of that and see our parents and them act like us a little bit when they were younger.
Yeah.
It's crazy watching like some of the fashions and some of the
my
glam.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, she's like, I showed her, they had posted a clip a little while ago, Bravo did, of my mom in like her black and yellow outfit. And she was like, that is the worst outfit that I've ever seen. The
yellow silk blouse.
Yes.
With the vest
the
over
vest
top.
over it and the pants. She was like, what am I wearing? I was like, who was styling you? Like, this is not it. It's crazy.
I miss your mom with the red spiky short hair.
Oh my God.
I need her to bring red Kandi back.
Okay. I think we could have red Kandi back.
Yeah. But, you know, she acts a little wild when she has on the red hair. So I'm like, I don't know.
I love seeing your mom crush it as a Broadway producer these days.
Yeah.
She posted last week. She was like, now Riley's my +1 at all these events. Like, how much time is your mom spending in New York these days?
Honestly, she's been spending, of course, she's doing Othello. Mm-hmm. So she's been spending a lot of time up here. So it's really nice because I get to hang out with her and it's been a lot of fun. But she comes here maybe for the day and leave the same night.
Okay.
So it's like I really can't really have a lot of time with her.
What is your mom's vibe with New York like? Like what is Kim Zolciak in New York?
She all she eats is Italian food. So when she comes here, all she wants to do is eat and drink her wine. Nothing's changed as far as that. But she came here last summer to see me, and I think she's gonna come this summer as well. It's hard when the kids are in school for her to come up here.
Yeah.
But she loved it. She was only here a couple of days, and she had a blast.
I thought it was really interesting watching the first episode. You are like pretty candid about some stuff with your family situation and your mom. What was it like kind of deciding what you wanted to share on this show, knowing that you have this platform, knowing that other people are going to see it? Like how did you kind of navigate that?
For me, I always want to pride myself on just being honest and just like who I am. I don't want to put on this persona and vibe of like I have everything figured out and my life has been perfect. And I think that people have a different narrative, and I think some people go through some of the same things that I've gone through. And if I can be a helping hand or show someone else like, you know, other people go through this as well, you're not alone, and just be honest about some things that have gone on where I haven't really got the chance otherwise. And I don't know, just be who I am and let people know some of the things I've gone through.
Yeah. And I think also like knowing that everybody that's in a family has their own kind of angle on something. And so like you've obviously like you're an adult now and you have your own business stuff that's going on and your own life stuff. And I have seen sometimes when you will come on social media and you're like, Mom, like posting this like clickbait article.
Shit.
Those articles, they kill me every time.
They kill me every time too. And the worst is when I'm in them. And I'm like, you're not allowed. I told you, do not post one dang clickbait thing of me. Like, do not do it. And she's like, pray for Ariana. I posted one the other day and then I took it down because I was like, you do not need to pray for me, everybody. I am okay. It'll be
like Kim Zolciak speaks on becoming a grandmother. And it's like, wait, who's pregnant?
I know.
And then you like click through the ads. And it's like, she doesn't know when she'll become a grandmother, but one day she'd love to.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. She is really working really hard to support the family and give everything she can to these kids. So I just think it is funny. I will talk on it because it makes me laugh when I see her post it. Or like when people message me, they're like, you're pregnant. I'm like, I am? How? I'm like, no way. I'm like, no way. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm taking a pregnancy test because I'm nervous. Why do I have 100 DMs that say I'm pregnant?
And those Housewives fans and followers, they will go straight to the source.
Yep. Agreed.
I'm curious for you what it was like doing the show with Hudson, being in New York. Obviously, you guys have been, known each other for a really long time, had this long relationship. What was it like kind of navigating this new exciting challenge of doing the show together?
Well, we both never moved out of Atlanta. We both lived there our whole lives. And so coming here in itself was a lot and definitely was a challenge, but amazing. Being here and filming the show, it's my first time that I've really been in a serious committed relationship and been on TV and worked like my ins and outs days, like with my boyfriend filming. This was his first time too on TV. He's amazing though. He's the sweetest person ever and he was just really himself. We figured it out, It was their first 3 months of being here and it was like still bliss and a dream to be in New York, And then of course you got to go through some trials and some things. You're moving across like all the way up here, you're going from Atlanta to up here and it was a lot, but it was amazing. And I think you'll see a little bit more into our relationship as the show continues to prevail.
This group has a lot of different sort of flavors, I guess you could say, a lot of different types of people, a lot of different backgrounds. How did you find it just kind of like having friendships and forming bonds with people and sort of settling into this group dynamic? Because I think every ensemble show, you really have to find that, like, what role does everyone play? Like, how does this really float when we're all together? Like, what was that like kind of getting used to being around everyone and who did you kind of find yourself drawn to in the group?
I think for me, of course, clearly I love Ariana, Brooks, and I really made a great friendship with Shy. I haven't known him for very long, but once we met, I just felt like we just clicked, So that was a really nice friendship to get out of, everything.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
For me, Riley's my girl, and us definitely doing this and rekindling our friendship. We were tied at the hip a lot for this season. Brooks has also been a good friend of mine. We're very close. Gia's also a great friend of mine too. And Amira was kind of my newest friend on this show and the person I really clicked with and connected with the most. I spend so much time with her and she's amazing. I love them all. And I would say those are like my 4 closest people that I am with on the show.
Amira is somebody who I had seen on TikTok and everything for like years. And so when I realized that she was going to be on the show, I was like, oh, interesting. Like, I don't know that much about like her world and her whatever, but I'm like, oh, this seems fun. Like it feels like they did a really great job of sort of bringing this group together and finding so many like different exciting little pockets of things that happen in New York.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we all click in different ways.
Yeah.
I agree.
And maybe don't always click with
not
everyone.
not everybody clicks. You get along better and click with some people a lot more than others.
Yeah.
In the first episode, I gotta say, Georgia's vibe off the bat is interesting.
Yeah, that's a great word to use.
The hands might not be clean. The shoes might be getting touched from the bottom.
Shoes to face. Alarming.
Talk to me about her a little bit. I'm curious, like, do we feel like you were able to kind of maybe get a little bit of a better read on her after that first kind of event? Or do you feel like that was kind of setting the tone for how things were going to go?
I mean, I think clearly with the show, you'll see how our relationship evolves and, whichever way. But I think with that conversation, she definitely learned a thing or two.
That's like, it's like, obviously everybody can do their own thing, do you, but then also it's like, like when if we're in a group together and we're going to have a relationship, like I also can like, tell it like it is. And yeah,
I feel like that's one thing a lot of people, especially on our cast, appreciate from me is that when I feel a certain way, I'm going to let you know. Like, you don't have to worry about me saying it behind your back. I'm just going to tell you.
Right. Earlier, I'm like, how does my hair look? I'm not loving it today. She's like, never let this girl do your hair again. I was like, she's like, wait, was that me? And I was like, no, that was perfect. Like, I need a friend. Like I want you to tell me straight up, your hair is not it today. And I'm like, okay, like brushing my hands through it. But I'm like, see, this is why we're great friends. You tell me, I would tell you,
Your hair looks great.
I love it. Thank you. It's not my best. Great. It's not my best, which is fair.
Okay, it's a great thing. Life is long. You can. You have
fine.
more
we'll come back
at-bats coming up.
Yeah, we'll find a new hair lady.
Yeah, we will.
I think it's so interesting watching on the show when you guys are in your interviews how they switch up the pairings. What was it like? Was there anyone that you were like extra excited to do interviews with? Because I love how you guys kind of play off of each other.
I
love
love
our
doing,
interviews.
yeah, I
I was
love
like-
ours. We had a lot of fun. I love mine with Shy because I feel like we're just always laughing all the time. So those are my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks and I play off of each other really well. He cracks me up. So I feel like when we do interviews together, it's really funny. And I don't know, he just is like one of my favorite people.
Brooks
Yeah.
is
Brooks just
such a
laughs at
character.
everything
I
say.
love him. And he looks at me. We were at the upfronts and he's like looking at me when people were talking to us. And he's like, I love how I just look at you and smile because I'm like, are you going to say something? Because I don't want to keep talking. I'm like, okay. So, and he's like, you can talk all the time. I was like, I can talk to a wall. So I love when you look at me and you make that face. I know how to handle the situation.
Yeah, I think I do that with you too.
You do it. I said, Riley does it with me too. And you guys look at me. I'm like, okay. So
I feel like when you're going through like a new like big experience like this, it's so important to have those people where it's like we can kind of like make eye contact and like know exactly what the vibe is.
Yes.
Like having those people that you just kind of like are in sync with is so important.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's great because like I love like me and her. I just look at her and I'm like, please.
I'm like, okay.
You're like, we gotta wrap this up. What was Upfronts like?
Upfronts was honestly amazing. I couldn't even believe I was invited. I was like, me? For what? I'm like, oh my gosh. It was a great experience. Really fun. We had a little thing on stage. We're waving our flag. I don't know. It was,
At like Radio City. Yeah.
It was really fun. I met a lot of cool people from Bravo that I
Yeah.
hadn't met, that I've heard of, or just some new people too. It was really a great time.
It's like, yeah, it's interesting to think about being in that space where it's like, oh, it's like the Housewives and the Summer House and whatever. And it's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, like we're here too now.
And
like,
we're the babies. Me and Brooks were like, we're the babies. Everybody is like, look at these little rookies over here. And we were like, just looking around.
well, it's funny with Brooks because he like, you know, Housewives of Salt Lake just started like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So he was like an adult-ish like when we first met him. So it feels different. Like there was never a time when it was like, oh, Brooks is like this small child who needs to be protected. It was like, oh yeah, Brooks has like had that personality for a minute.
Yep.
Gia obviously, you know, similarly has been in our, you know, on our TV screens forever. She has like a little bit of a different background. I feel like she lives in New Jersey. She's like coming into the city to see you guys. What was it like kind of like getting to know her more like in this arena versus like just kind of knowing each other from social media and like housewives stuff?
I would say me and Gia, I mean, she's in the city all the time for work, so I'll see her, we'll meet up for lunch or we'll do whatever. I love her and adore her, and I feel like it was a lot, like we got to spend a lot more time together and get a lot closer than just like exchanging DMs on social media or talking on the phone here and there. She's a close friend of mine, and her boyfriend Christian is great friends with Hudson, so we do double dates and stuff like that a lot, and they'll come sleep over sometimes. I'm like, don't go back to the city, stay here. Stop. I'm like, I'm not coming to Jersey, so you come here.
No, we don't go to Jersey like that.
It's far. I'm like, you're already here for work, you might as well just stay.
Right. What about you? How much had you kind of like been around Gia before doing the show?
We only met a few times before the show, but I think it's great, you know, getting to know everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, this season, I've only seen the first episode. I think everybody's like just getting to know you guys. What is something this season that you're really excited to see on the show? Maybe that you like don't remember exactly how it went down, or you're just like, that was really fun, I want to watch it.
I think I'm really excited to see our trip, which is like a nerve-wracking because I feel like that trip was like so much that I feel like I emotionally and anxiety like blocked it out. And I was like, this isn't it. So I'm excited to see like, wait, what happened? What, like, I know what happened, but no, like, you know, I feel like it's going to be, how does it look? How did we come off? You know,
I feel like the
few people get into it.
The trips are intense because you're filming so much in a condensed period of time that it's like, oh yeah, like you're not going to remember like every single thing that happened.
And there is so much going on that I just think it's going to be fun to watch it as if we're a viewer, like never seen it before.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that.
We came home, we were like, we need to decompress for 3 days.
We were like, we're moving out of the country. We're leaving.
You're gonna turn off the phone for a minute. Yeah. What about, is there something that you are excited for?
I think I'm the most excited to see how our friendship blossom, just seeing the first meet till the end, like how we are now. And I think I'm also excited to, I guess I am a little excited to see the trip.
Just like how it like,
You're
I
curious.
would use the word,
we're
I'm curious.
That's what I mean.
Very
Cautiously,
curious.
yeah.
Cautiously excited.
And then I'm curious, like, for while the show is airing, obviously your moms have been through this ringer before. Is there any advice that they've given you or kind of like mindset that they've imparted on you for how to kind of just handle the attention that's going to be flooding in, both honestly positive and negative, because that's how social media is?
Yeah. I mean, my mom from the beginning, she told me, just be yourself. Don't do anything for the cameras. Just be like true to yourself, because if you do that, it doesn't matter what people say because you're being yourself. But if you are fake for the cameras, then people hate on you. Then you're going to be mad like, oh, that's not even what I wanted to do, you know? So that's just been her thing the whole time, just to be honest and true to myself.
Any advice from Kim?
Yeah, my mom has said, kind of the same thing. Just be who you are and don't be afraid to speak up and, just watch out also at the same time, be cautious. I'm in a new place, a new city, a lot of new people. Don't be so trusting, I think. And she, as far when it comes to like social media and dealing with all of this, we don't read I don't read anything. Like, I don't want to know. Like,
I stopped reading those comments years ago.
I had my comments off for 2.5 years, I think, or longer than that, because I just didn't even want to deal with it. I don't care. People still message me like, when are they coming back on? I'm like, they're back on now. You guys just don't look at it. But I don't read any articles when I'm on TikTok and I see something come up about my family. I'm like, oh my God, go. I don't want to see. I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, I feel that it's just like it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know the truth. Everybody wants to make their own narrative and spin things how they want. We know the truth. We were authentically ourselves. So whatever you have to say, I mean, I don't really care. It doesn't really like it is. It is what it is. Exactly. We're happy. We're great, and we know what happened and how it really was. So.
Love that. Period. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on the new show.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to see the rest of the episodes and that trip. Sounds fun. Maybe
Stay
not.
tuned.
I don't know.
We're in for a ball.
We'll see.
And thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And until next time, be cool. Don't be all like uncool.